Okay, folks, turns out that I didn't have to spam too much since I was already in the bathroom. I used the key, the bathroom key on the towel dispenser to actually grab the whole thing. So, depending on how sturdy this is, I don't know, maybe it'll work in the truck. Although if it does, man, this is one jury rig, I'll tell you that.
It didn't seem right to take off with...
Yes, we leave the keys behind. To the relief of many other patrons in the future, I'm sure.
Hello again, Ultar.
His most splendid and adventurous client.
Is this any use to you?
My friend, the very thing, yes!
Well, I'll be.
Ultar took the towel from me, cut it in two lengthways, and gave me half back. With his half, he did the kind of fan belt replacement that's normally done with stockings.
Now, if I knot the ends together, so... Serviceable, yes? Very serviceable indeed.
Stockings might work on a Bentley, but on a truck, the coarse toweling did the job nicely.
Come along, my friend. You want to see the bull's head? Yes!
A few hours later... Uh-oh, are we being watched?
A young tree grew at the edge of the drop.
With a dead branch, looks like. This reminds me of The Longest Journey. Into the magic pocket it goes.
The stick I'd broken off was surprisingly hard and inflexible.
Okay, so kind of brittle, I guess.
Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock.
Into Casa Doom.
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
Do we use our trusty manhole cover opener? No. How about the branch? No. Chain?
Centuries of hot deep in...
Yes, yes.
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
Okay,
With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot.
Now let's try it.
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
Let's do it.
Well, that looked really safe, but I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria.
Not bad. To be fair, it doesn't look like it was a huge drop anyway. Okay, looks like we have to do something to get that door open. It looks pretty precarious there.
Close up, the niche looked somehow artificial. I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But hey, what the heck? I was only risking mutilation. No
It's a small
blade took my
price to
hand off
pay.
at the wrist, and no scorpion stung me, for which I was very grateful. But there was something in there, a metal ring, as wide as my hand.
Okay. No?
I took a firm hold of the ring. I tried not to think of death traps, and pulled.
Oh, that was all.
Whoa
Just had to
there.
pull the thing. Okay. Now remember, George, only the penitent man will pass. Yeah.
Around the corner, I found the corpse. Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again. Oh man, no!
Oh,
The
yes.
door had slammed shut, trapping me. I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died.
Yep, someone was thinking along the same joke I was. He certainly looks like Indiana Jones, doesn't he?
A stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries.
I think we found the resting place of that mirror. Or lens, or whatever.
I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it.
Yeah, looks like he died of starvation or dehydration, something like that.
The pocket was empty. The smell of the corpse reminded me of something. It was my favorite brie back in Paris.
Ugh.
I've done more fun things in my life than searching a corpse, but as my life expectancy wasn't great, I figured I should try every new challenge that came my way. I cautiously flicked open the jacket. A leather pouch was tucked behind Klausner's body. Hey, what's this? I'd found some kind of lens. A very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball. There was nothing else in the pouch.
Okay.
Bullwhips might be handy for exploring ancient ruins, but they're no use when you're trapped in a cave. Klausner clearly fancied himself as a latter-day Indiana Jones.
Oh, they just came out and said it. Okay.
I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and
Ugh.
that seemed self-inflicted. Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead. I searched the corpse. No portable phone, no demolition charges, no 5-course meal. You'd think international conspirators would go around better equipped. Whatever had been in the bottle had been drunk. Klausner must have died of thirst and dehydration.
Okay, what's over here?
I couldn't take the inscription with me. All I could do was stare at it and try to memorize it. In occidenta cita est, in ora mundi. Okay, that would have to do. The mouth's opening. It must be Ultar. My God, if he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar! Don't come in! It's a trap!
It's a
Stay
trap.
where you are!
Uh-oh.
You!
Hello, Mr. Stobart. We meet in the most unusual places. Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But, unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobart. Now then, where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
How should we play this? My default tends to go with the good side, or whatever that means. Let's just try it.
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about? Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
No.
No, nothing.
So, why is this location important? What did the Templars hide here if not an artifact?
Well, there is something, I guess, but you can't move it.
Yes? What is it?
It's a treasure map. Yeah, X marks the spot.
Come now, do you expect me to believe that?
Yeah, okay. You caught me. But round the corner, there is something in Latin up on the wall.
Latin? Do you remember it, Mr. Stobart?
In accidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I can no longer tolerate your interference. There is far more at stake than you realize.
So what are you gonna do?
I regret that we must end this here and now. Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
I like the choice here. We'll be a man.
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
You are an honorable man, Mr. Stobart. A rare breed. I should like to shake your hand.
Yeah. Well,
Excellent.
what the heck?
Let's do it, folks. Nice jump. Back in Nico's apartment.
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, Josh.
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
I really wish Nico would go on one of these adventures. I'm tired of leaving George around. Okay. What's new? The chain?
I brought you a present from Syria.
Oh, Josh, you shouldn't have bothered. What is it?
This.
A necklace. It's rather heavy.
Ethnic craftsmanship at its most rustic.
Of course, I love it.
You do?
It will always remind me of you.
Wow. And that actually used it up, so she fell for it. Oh boy.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
True.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Okay, we got this.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem.
We're still looking for this one.
There's a guy working on a loom.
This is the lens.
A knight with the knight scroll. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
The mirror.
There's a woman looking at, but the reflect.
Look at...
Okay. So we need the loom and the mirror now.
I'd better get back to the quest.
Let's go... Well, first let me check the... Yeah, okay. Now, that inscription, the end of the Western world, it looked like a outline of England and Scotland and Wales. So that may be where we end up, where the broken sword is. But for now... Yeah, let's try the church. Because that priest was polishing... Yeah, the cup. Let's see if he's finished yet.
The priest was still busy with the chalice. The priest was...
Yeah, okay, so he's still polishing that cup. Maybe the lens fits in here. Oh, you got my hopes up there for a second, George.
A statue of a knight. It looked a lot like the statue on top of the De Vasconcellos mausoleum. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Can we put that plaster in that thing? In the crack, I mean? No, okay.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. A scholarly... The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove.
Okay. Now what did it do?
Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Hey!
Okay, let's see. 3 lens elements need to be slid into correct position within the circle so that, when aligned, they create a clear image. Each lens element can be moved by moving the mouse pointer over the numbered tab, and when a grasp hand appears, clicking and holding the mouse button to slide it left or right. George will acknowledge the image once the lenses are correctly positioned. Okay. Okay, let's see. Alright, that has like the least amount of material on it. Oops. Okay, this can go all the way around. Alright, let's see. How about there? There.
The distortions came
There.
sharply in the book. There was a Knight Templar burning at the stake. And below him a date in Roman numerals. A Knight Templar burning at the stake. And a date. Let me see. M-C-C-C X
1314.
I-V. That's 1314.
Okay. Any update here?
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui,
I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye. It was as old.
Oh, man.
Oui,
Yeah, we heard that one before.
Do you speak Latin?
you asked this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meam lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Boy, what a shine you got on this.
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
No comments from the peanut gallery.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright, let's take a look at that far tomb there.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
A jumble of letters are carved into the side of the knight's tomb. You must look for and highlight a number of biblical verse references, comprising the name of a book followed by the chapter and verse in Latin numerals. So, for example, Luke chapter 8, verse 2 would be displayed as Luke 8:2. You must find and highlight all of the verse references. Highlight the full verse reference and the letters will stay lit. Otherwise, the letters will fade. George will read the verse references once they are all highlighted. Huh. Okay. I see Psalm 22:21.
Psalms 22:21. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examined the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess we can go maybe in multiple directions at this point. Let's see, are there any that are just left to right? Rebilis. Psalms 32:8.
Psalms 32:7.
Or
The
7.
numbers referred to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
And now Corinthians 1:4. Oh no, Corinthians 4:5.
Corinthians 14:5.
Here we go. John 4:11.
John 4:11. There were no more references to find, but a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made a note in case they meant something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more. Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Okay. Well, let's see what the priest says about those verses, maybe.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Maybe not.
Is the right...
Oui, monsieur.
Okay, yeah, the right hand was original, which is why we used the lens on that.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Should talk to Nico, maybe? Rougerie.
I solved another puzzle.
Yay!
Well, I guess I did.
Well, what was it? What's the answer?
1314.
What does that mean?
It was the date when Jacques de Molay was burned, wasn't it?
Of course.
The answer was hidden in a stained glass window. When I looked through the lens, the picture changed. It became a man surrounded by flames.
It seems to me the answers to the Templar puzzles are as cryptic as the clues. Sometimes I wonder if the manuscript isn't an elaborate joke.
The Knights Templar weren't the kind of people to play jokes, were they?
Or were they?
Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No, you found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
Okay, I guess that's it for... Oh, wait a minute. Should we look at the... Oh, fine.
Let's take another look.
See if they say anything different.
The night scroll through my... There's a... But the reflect...
I guess
There's
not.
There's a...
Never mind.
I'd better get back to the quest.
So, should we fly back to Spain? No. Let's see. There's the cafe area, the church, the the museum maybe? Let's try that.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Aha.
Lies at the edge of the world to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map. While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
Dun, dun,
That's right.
No way.
Oh, you're not going to show him an old chalice? Fine.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Alright, do we get a new location now? Yes, the site of Baphomet. Oh, what a pleasant scene this is.
There was a dumpster full of debris. From the excavation, I guessed.
Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
Okay. The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway. Oh, darn. I'd left my grappling hook at home. No way could I get up there.
Well, it's your own fault for not bringing your grappling hook.
The painter had a pot of gunmetal gray primer hanging from the barrier.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Oh.
I don't even know what that means.
The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as... Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
Well, these two are a match for each other.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too.
Insert union jokes here.
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
Hardy har har.
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though, I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
Indeed.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Sounds like some important people there.
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
I was pretty sure the shaken shock had shot its bolt in Syria.
Say that 3 times fast.
I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, so while he's around, he's not going to let us mess with anything. So let's see what's in here.
There was a telephone on the far wall. There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door is locked, monsieur.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
Well, you'd be surprised.
The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on. All empty and all uninteresting.
Let's take it all.
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
Then why was it highlighted?
I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks.
You're just losing your imagination, George.
I couldn't get to the door while the guard was there. A guard stood by a door I guessed led to the excavation. He looked pretty pompous. Well, not so much pretty, just pompous.
Har har. We shall have a word.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
Oui.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Well, what do you know? That's probably the easiest way I've ever gotten a key in an adventure game.
Hi again.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
That sounded a little bit suspicious.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. I got this plaster from Ireland.
Not an exciting souvenir.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui. You have...
A sudden urge to sing. Care to join me?
No, no singing in here.
This is an adventure game, not a musical.
Look, a tissue stained with grease paint.
Ah, just what I've always wanted. If you give me that, you can enter through the door.
Really?
Of course not. What would I want with an old tissue?
That is not a good idea. This gadget is a sewer key.
So it is.
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Oh, I didn't want to give him back.
Do you recognize this name?
Merlin. Non.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Shoot, I need to get this key back.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Okay. Wow. Interesting decor around a toilet. Once again, we find ourselves in the bathroom. I'm sensing a theme here.
On the wall was an automatic hand dryer. I wasn't about to wash my hands in this place, so I didn't need to dry them. Oh boy! Dirty soap! How do they do that? The taps were rusty. Oh boy! The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink. On the wall was an automatic hand dryer.
Now, what can we do with this?
Oh boy!
Yeah, dirty soap.
I couldn't do that. Oh boy! I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
No. What are we trying to accomplish here?
I couldn't do that.
No, can't fill it up with water.
I couldn't do. Oh boy!
This is going to get annoying really quick, I can tell.
I couldn't do.
The taps were rusty.
Taps are rusty. Dripping water.
I didn't want to carry a bar of dirty soap around with me.
Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. I didn't want any coal. The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it.
Maybe we can overload it. Well, before I start experimenting with stuff, I want to see if we can use the phone.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
Georges, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
Georges, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did? Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
Take that, George. Any new topics?
Hi again.
What is it?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Let's see, is he gonna get pissed if we take the keys with us?
Monsieur, don't go.
Yeah, okay. Let's give the
Hi
keys
again.
back for
What is-
now.
Here's the keys.
Merci.
And let's see if the guy upstairs has anything to talk
Talk
about.
to you later.
Au revoir.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
Nope.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay.
I turned the heating off.
As I'd hoped, the guard put his gloves on.
Okay, that helps me how?
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the...
Again?
I have...
I'd turned the thermostat all the way down. It was getting pretty chilly.
Let's see if something's changed in the bathroom then. And the guard has his gloves on.
The thing felt really hot.
What to do here?
On the wall was an... Oh!
Lots of possibilities. Okay. Well, not only do I need to play around with some stuff, but also it's getting near the end of this gaming session, so I will see you all later in the next session, and we will try to get into this archaeological dig. Until then, fellow adventurers, take care.